Hey guys, so these are the films I've watched recently, and I'm going to rate them on a scale of 1 to 4 stars. So I'll go over that a little bit. 1 star is a waste of time, and you don't feel good after you watch it. 2 stars is good. It's got some good things, it's got some bad things, but it kind of averages out, and it's overall entertaining. 2.5 stars is better than that, but not great. Okay, and great is just overall everything is good, it all works together, and you want to watch it again. And outstanding, 4 stars is like an all-time great movie. It goes above and beyond in like every aspect. That's basically the way I would judge it. So the first one, Deadpool and Wolverine, I give it 2.5 stars. It is an entertaining film. It's funny, but overall, the story's kind of like all over the place. It's kind of pieced together. So I would give it 2.5 stars, which is good and definitely entertaining. So the next one is Inglorious Basterds. I would give it 3.5 stars. So I think this film is probably the best Tarantino film, or one of the best. It has very memorable scenes, very memorable characters. It has good pacing. The movie flows very well from beginning to end. The only problem I would say is that it kind of ends a little abruptly, and the story isn't too complex. Basically, the whole movie is just about killing Nazis. So that's basically get like 2.5 hours of just killing Nazis, which that's pretty cool. But compared to other types of films and storylines of films, this one is decent but not extraordinary. So that's why I don't give it 4 stars. So let's go into a 4 star movie. A 4 star movie would be Interstellar. This movie is very long. It does everything amazing. I mean, you have great acting, you have the adventure. There's like no dead time or useless lines. Everything about this is just outstanding. So let's get into a 1 star movie because I don't have 1.5 stars because if it's 1 star or anywhere around there, it's just not worth the effort. Let's see. Uglies. I think it's a Netflix original, and I think it's based off of a novel, but the adaptation is no good. It is no good. It's all over the place. The characters don't make any sense. The acting is there. It's not great. It's there. And I say the storyline, like the idea, is good. It had some potential, but they could not execute. So that's just a 1 star film. Okay, so let's go to one of my favorite movies, very underrated, and that is 310 to Yuma. This film, 3.5 stars. It's great. It's got Russell Crowe, Christian Bale, and they put on amazing performances. The writing is very good in this. There's a lot of these intricate things, and the criminal and the protagonist are together, and it's a very interesting story and dynamic that goes on. It's just very underrated and definitely worth a watch. Okay, so here's one film that's very controversial. I have an opinion on it, and I hated this movie. I did not like it. This movie makes me want to break something, and that is Pinocchio. And I give it 2 stars because it's not a bad movie. Like, the things that it does well is the way it looks and the production of it and the directing and the voice acting, and that's all great. But the story is a complete crap. It makes me want to rip my hair out and like possibly commit crimes. Okay, so let's go with The Onion, The Glass Onion. This movie, underrated and very good. It is a murder mystery, and the acting is good, the directing is good, the writing is good, everything is good. Definitely worth a watch. So here's another one. I really enjoyed this. It's not a great movie, but it's like one of my favorites. Universal Soldier. It's like a parody of The Terminator, but it's like actually awesome. Okay, so I just watched Inside Out, and I have to say I give it a 3.5. It's a great movie. The reason why I give it a 3.5 stars is because of the original idea. I think that when you make a film or art, the whole point of it is to portray and mimic the outer world and the inner world of a human being. And that could be like, your environment and also like your feelings and your thoughts, right? Like that's interesting, and interesting characters have that dynamic. And this movie is all about that. That's like the whole point of the characters and what they represent. And overall, I think it's a great movie. 1917. It's like one long shot did a video about this. I don't like it. I feel like they're making a movie tying like one hand behind their back on purpose, and I don't understand. This film ignores like a very major part of the art form of cinema, and it's missing throughout the whole movie, and it's very obvious that it is missing, and it just breaks the immersion, so therefore you get a 2 stars. Okay, just watch this film, Nightmare Before Christmas. I thought this was a Christmas film, and I still think it's a Christmas film, but it might be more of a Halloween film. I don't know. But 3.5 stars. I watched this when I was a kid. Everybody liked it. I was like on the fence. I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool, but not totally into it. Watching it as an adult, it gets straight to the point. It's very original. It has a great story. The acting is good. The songs are good. It doesn't waste your time. It's actually a very short movie. It's like a little over an hour, and you got very iconic characters. And then the whole concept of it, amazing. Halloween Town doing their holiday thing. I love it. 3.5 stars. So far, 3 and up, all of these movies, you gotta watch them. If you like movies, you gotta watch them. Moving on. A Quiet Place, Day One. This movie was just terrible. I hated it. The main character is just a complete bust. All right, Catch Me If You Can. Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks, 3 stars. This movie is great, but it's a little bit long. Moving on. Hacksaw Ridge. This movie is a pretty popular movie, and I enjoyed it, but it did leave me a little frustrated, and I'm going to give it a 2.5 stars. Moving on. Goodfellas. 4 stars. It's outstanding. Great movie. It's awesome. Indiana Jones. Actually, I've watched quite a bit of Spielberg movies, but Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, this is iconic. It's 3.5 stars. I was thinking maybe 3 stars, but no. No. Okay, now, another Spielberg movie, Saving Private Ryan, probably one of his greatest movies of all time. Outstanding movie, Saving Private Ryan. A little bit long. I will say that the ending could have been a little bit better. Okay, I can improve this. Just listen to me. Hear me out. Okay. So in this film, Tom Hanks, he has to go find Private Ryan, and then in doing so, he doesn't really like the mission because he's losing his men. Usually, when he does a mission, some of his men may die, but in the end, he's going to save many lives, and that's what, as a captain, that's what he believes is right. But his men are dying just to save this one guy, and he's having problems with it, kind of like a moral dilemma. So I was thinking that it would be great and really awesome if Ryan ended up saving the Tom Hanks's life. Then it would make sense. It's like, okay, he saved the commander's life, so then the commander can go save more lives, kind of. That's what I was thinking. But, in the end, everybody dies pretty much except for Ryan. I don't know. I was thinking Tom Hanks could have lived. That would have been great. It would have been a little bit better, but I mean, it's still an outstanding movie, and what the hell do I know? I don't make movies. So, this is my list. I think it's fair. These guys are terrible. Don't watch them. Pinocchio, Guillermo Del blah, 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 and 1917. Go for it if you want to. Deadpool, Wolverine, Universal Soldier, Hacksaw Ridge. Definitely entertaining. All these 3 and up. If you love movies, you gotta see them. And actually, these 4-star movies are really long. Maybe that's a thing. Yeah, I think this is a pretty fair list. I like it. And I'll see you later.